Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Spotlight series. And today we spot Nicholas Trantesox. That's correct.
Tranteso.
Trantesox.
Tranteso.
Tranteso. Okay. Nicholas is a director general manager in Cial International, and his specialty B2B trades. Will you please introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Nicolas Transo. I'm the CEO of the Cial organization. I'm based in Paris. And Cial is a leader in organizing B2B trade show for the food industry. Uh, we are organizing about 12 events every year worldwide. And we've been in India since 2018.
Okay. New Delhi.
We started in New Delhi. And it's the first year in Mumbai this year.
Yeah, this is the first year. So congratulations for your first edition of Cial in Mumbai.
Okay.
So my question is to, could you please tell us about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I did study in a business school, so more like international economics. That was a long time ago. And then I worked for about 20 years in the food industry in international jobs. I started with the Danone Group. Danone is today is a big dairy group, but it is a wide French international group. And I worked actually in Australia, and then I work back in France. And then I work for a long time as well for a biscuits company called United Biscuits. And then I was more like in marketing and international development. So I joined Cial about 13 years ago now, with my food background and international background, innovation background. And that's when I joined the trade show industry, and I took care of, took responsibility for the Cial network worldwide. And and it's very fun. So I'm traveling a lot to visit all the shows.
What is Cial? What exactly the meaning of Cial?
Cial is a Salon International de l'Alimentation. So it's a French name. So it means, food trade show, international food trade show. It was launched in Paris in 1964. And now the Paris event has become the biggest one in the world with over almost 8,000 exhibitors from 130 countries. And not only we do Paris, but we have many shows in Canada, in China, Malaysia, Indonesia, etc. And of course, India. We arrived in India again a few years ago now.
How do you see the Indian food market in India?
Well, when you speak about food, of course, India as a number one population in the world is very, very interesting. And today it's a booming market, We are actually very much developing both the domestic and the international business in India. So it's a great opportunity. Today, most of the market is about domestic consumption. It's about 90%. 10% maybe about is imported. But we know consumers are craving to get more and more taste and innovation. So we are slowly bringing more and more innovations to the Indian market.
What technological innovations do you see emerging at Cial India?
Well, it's all about all segments of the food market, really. I mean, there's a lot of needs for commodities, like, some of the rice, some of the whatever, the fruit and veg. But a lot of the market can be developed in beverage, in dairy, in meat sector. So it's really across the range, there's an appetite to discover a lot of new taste.
Great. And my next question to you, so could you share a business case study or example with us that highlights innovation or success in the industry?
Well, I think we can be very proud of organizing the biggest show in the world in Paris. That's a very strong achievement. It took 60 years to go there, but in 60 years, we have managed to create that huge event that is like the worldwide meeting point for the whole food industry. So we can be very proud about that. Now, of course, we're looking in the future, and the future is not about Paris and about Europe, but it's probably a lot about Asia. And India is, of course, a very core market. And we believe that in the next 10, 20 years, this show in India will become very strategic and very big. It's a matter of time before, there's more trading happening as well between India and other markets.
Would like to put some little light on it, like how we can explore European food market.
Well, the European food market is very mature compared to maybe some other markets in Asia. So we have a market that is dedicated to retail and HoReCa. So we are covering both on Ciel in Paris. And then in terms of trends, it's funny that you're asking about organic products, because a few years back, organic was very, very trendy. So everyone was trying to develop organic products. But then when you get some kind of economical tension, it's a bit harder to sell organic products because people are looking at their purchasing power. And if organic products are a lot more expensive, then they tend to go back to cheaper products. So there are up and downs, as we were saying before. But yeah, I mean, the general trends for the food industry in Europe, but it's also true worldwide, is that people want to go for a good balance between pleasure and health. So they really want to please themselves. The first thing they're expecting when we talk about food, they want something good. They want to be happy. They want to be happy to share with their friends, their family, their kids. So pleasure is key. But they also are very conscious that the food is impacting the health. So they want the food to be healthy, and they don't want to make compromise. That to be pleasure and healthy at the same time. Now, new trends is also that they want the products to be responsible. So they are looking more and more at sustainability. So they want the product to make the lower impact as possible on the environment. So it's very important. And still, they want everything to be affordable because they need to pay for the product. So pleasure, health, affordability, and of course sustainability.
What are the key challenges do you observe?
Well, the main challenge that we are facing, first of all, is about packaging. We have to make sure that we reduce the impact of packaging, and especially on plastic. So that's the first thing. So you need to have the right balance between protecting the food, so to make sure they are healthy and safe, but at the same time, you need to reduce packaging. So I guess the main issue for the main challenge for the next 20, 30 years worldwide is to reduce the packaging.
How can business explore sustainable packaging solution in India? And are there companies leading the way green packaging?
So consumers are becoming more and more, as I was saying, conscious about, responsibility. So they want to look at more sustainable products, and packaging is one of the first things to look at. Well, there are a lot of new R&D projects, to replace the classical plastic like the PET and so on. So even the biggest players in the world, like the water players and the soft drinks players, are actually working hard to make their products more sustainable, their bottles more sustainable, because tomorrow we will not replace all the bottles. We need alternative kind of plastic to make sure that we are doing less damage on the environment.
And what's your favorite dish?
Wow, that's a lot of question. My favorite dish, I don't know, because I'm traveling so much. I like Indian dish. It's probably I'd say chicken masala. Yeah, probably.
And your European dish?
European dish, I don't know. There are some traditional bœuf bourguignon, for example, that I like as well.
Who is your favorite chef? Master chef?
Master chef is probably Yannick Aleno, maybe, or maybe, yeah, Anne-Sophie Pic. I like to take a lady as an example of a very good chef in France. Anne-Sophie Pic. Oh, they do French cuisine. So yeah, different meals. It's always a good. They both want to go for sustainability as well. So they are trying to make the best taste out of little ingredients, but very good ones. So that's what I like.
Some message to the young entrepreneurs of India?
Well, first of all, I wish them good luck, because I know it's a long journey, to become successful in the food industry. So it takes time. So they have to be resilient. They have to believe in what they're doing. They have to believe in their products. And I think the best quality is to be passionate about what they're doing. That's very key. And now, the general trends we mentioned, you have to be about pleasure, about health, about sustainability, and about affordability. So if they manage to keep those four things in mind, then they should be successful.
Thanks, Nicholas, for your time. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned with Club TV. Club TV, yeah, for more business insights.